天使が来たイメージだらけの頼りない翼でもきっと飛べるさ Oh my
Hello everyone, and welcome to a special episode of LostinTranslationmon. It ain't no lie, baby, try.
Try.
I'm May.
And I'm Jay, and welcome to this sleepy cast review of the second and kind of third Tri PV.
Yeah, it's for the Chapter 2.
Review and reaction.
Yeah, so we watched it a few days ago, and we just watched it again to get a fresh look at it. So we'll be talking about this, and this probably won't be like a super long episode, but you know, we just thought it'd be pretty exciting to talk about.
I was pretty sure this was 10 hours of content right here.
Yeah, we should talk about Gomamon and what he's wearing in like a photo on Joe's phone. I thought that was definitely the highlight.
Wait, was that a photo? I thought it was through a window, or like in a reflection.
No, it was
make a lot more sense
it
as
looked
a
like he was
photo.
looking at a photo on his phone.
That actually makes a lot more sense.
But I believe it starts with Mimi talking about how, you know, that she feels like we have to, and it brings back a discussion that I believe the Chosen have had in every season. They say, why do we have, like, we have to do this, there's, like, we don't choose to do it. And I guess that's maybe the sort of decision, or, because it's been translated in different things. Chapter 2's title, it's either decision or determination.
I like DeTRImination better, but then I like Undertale, so that makes sense.
But if it's decision, that means, like, you know, it's that they're talking about the decision to be a chosen.
I'm not so sure that's the case. But at the same time, I think that if what they're discussing is the idea of why is it our responsibility, that's really stupid. Like, they've saved the world a bunch of times. It should be very clear to them at this stage that it's their job because they can do it and no one else can. In these situations, it's really frustrating to see a hero consider this, because you go, if you stopped, the world would end. So that's why you need to do it. You can't just hand it off to someone else. Which is why, in the most recent episode, I don't like the idea of this Michael character, because when you start willy-nilly throwing around new chosen children, you do undermine the specialness and the necessity for the characters that we're following. And
I believe we got a message about that to read on the next episode, about how, you know, the more children, it just seems like the original 7, or I guess the original 8, aren't as needed because there's many. And then like we have.
But also, I'm not sure they're necessarily discussing that. I'm hoping it's a discussion of a completely different thing, a moral dilemma that is more legitimate than that.
Well,
that'd be really nice.
It seems like a moral dilemma, and then we have Maki and Daigo, I believe, and they're talking about how. They're saying, are the kids the lucky ones having these monsters, or are they the unlucky ones because they're given all this responsibility? And that's what I took from that discussion.
If you ask the fandom, the answer is they're lucky.
Yeah, but they probably feel like they want to have a normal life. They don't want to go off and save the world. They want to, you know, they want to have their school sort of. They want to go to school and they want to have do we go to Taichi's soccer game or do we go to Yamato's band practice?
I don't think Joe agrees. I think Joe is in a situation where his whole life is awful except for when he's a hero.
And maybe that's what this episode of Tri would be like, because they'll be maybe discussing what it means to be a chosen child, and Joe may feel like he's the best when he's being a chosen child with Gomamon. Most
of this was fairly random fighting, so there's not really a lot you can really read into it. But I think what was interesting is, I mean, we have to cut from here, and then there's fighting, and then we cut to the end. And besides, we see Rosemon, we know Vikemon's in it because he's in the poster. We know Ogamon, Olekmon, and Leomon are there, but they're fairly inconsequential, I think. Not because you can't read anything into that.
Well, I think there has been a story description how they start off, like, they want to go to a hot spring to welcome Mako into, like, the Chosen, and then Ogamon shows up. And then Mimi's kind of talking to Joe about, like, what it means to be a chosen, and then Palmon evolves.
Well, here's an interesting question. What happened to Michael and Wallace? Did they get this?
They're in America.
That's super. They didn't get a big celebration. Also, what's the population comparison between Japan and America? I don't know.
I have no idea.
What's the approximate in Japan?
I don't know.
No clue at all?
No.
Hold on.
I'm not going to pull a number out of my head. I don't know. I'd say America would have more, though.
Siri, how many people live in Japan? Okay, there are twice as many people who live in America. Would that not imply there are twice as many chosen children there? Since everyone in the world has seen a Digimon now? that if you were destined to be, then that's kind of how that works.
Yeah.
And also, like, you take into consideration there would be 3 times that many chosen children in China.
Yep.
There's a hell of a lot of chosen children, to be honest, even if you were looking at current ratios per population.
But maybe they're not relevant, because I think
they're pretty relevant.
I know, but in Tri, the Alphamon is attacking Japan.
I know, but
We don't know what's happening in America. The same thing could be happening in America.
with like hundreds of chosen children, if not thousands around the world, I feel like any problem should be essentially trivial. Mm-hmm. I mean, assuming that's how that works. Michael ruined so much stuff in this show. At least Wallace was kind of special. He had the 2 dudes.
Yeah, we haven't even met Willis yet.
They keep talking about him.
Yeah, in the dub, they've mentioned him, like, a few times.
But I think what I was getting at is that we skip all the way to the end of this, and we see it pans up a Digimon Emperor looking guy.
Yeah, who really, it looks like Taichi because of the hair, but
He has Ty's hair straight up.
we don't know what Ken looks like now, but it also, like, this is just what I think it could be. It could be a new character who is a new chosen and maybe in some way witnessed the Kaiser and was sort of like a small kid and was, maybe picked on, wanted to feel like a big villain or a big hero or whatever. So he kind of maybe idolized the Digimon Emperor. So he's now dressing up as him as an older kid.
I'm thinking terrible dream sequence with Ty. I'm not seeing it being legitimate.
Yeah, it could also just be a dream sequence of Ty when he's like...
That said...
Oh, well, he's having all those, like... In the first movie, we saw him having a bit of a struggle about, like, what's happening, and he was worried about, like, harming people. So maybe he's having a bit of a nightmare.
There's a bit of a red background there, and the red background was also when all the Season 2 characters got murdered.
Yeah.
So there could be some relation to that. It might bring that in.
Mm.
But as of yet, we have no hint what that could even possibly be.
It's kind of funny to me because back in the Tri trailer that aired on that aired on Odaiba Day, we saw Maki, and a lot of people thought that she was Ken. And it's funny that now we see someone who could be Ken, and everyone's saying it's not Ken.
It would be too obvious.
Yeah, but it's also in a way it's like slightly like I don't think it could be Ty the way we've seen him. I think it's either a dream sequence or not Ty. It could also be Ken, because we don't know what Ken is, so we don't know. It could also be Toei lying to us and, like, making it look like it's Ty, and just, say, oh, maybe Ty's evil.
It pans up and it was Mimi all along.
No, it's definitely Willis.
It was me, Austin!
But it could also be Willis.
No, it couldn't.
No, it's
He's
Willis.
blonde.
No, but maybe he dyed his hair.
Well, maybe Ken got Ty's hair, and then became Ty and did, like, a whole, like, what's it, identity theft thing. You don't know, it could be anything. Maybe they cloned him.
There are also people who are saying that it's Daisuke.
I think that would be really funny, because it would make a lot of sense for Daisuke to grow up and have Ty's hair.
Mm. And I have seen a few people who think it's Maki.
That'd be... What? No.
Well, if Maki looks like Ken, maybe Ken looks like Maki.
No, but she never did.
So do you think that'll be an important thing, or do you think it's going to be like a short dream sequence?
I'm really hoping it's key to it, because I think that's really interesting. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure. I'm erring on the side of dream sequence. It seems like it'd be really difficult for them to write that, and I don't trust them to write that well. Like,
I didn't think of it being a dream sequence, but now you've mentioned it, like, that seems completely possible. Like, it does look like in a dream world, or maybe the bit in the start of the Tri movie where they were all, possibly being murdered, or maybe just being knocked out, that it does seem like a similar sort of redness. So maybe that, whatever happened, turned the second season Digidestined into infected, and they're now evil.
The very simplest way I can see this working is they have a moral dilemma, probably about doing something that might seem vaguely evil, though necessary. And in doing so, Tai imagines himself as the most evil chosen child that has ever existed, the Digimon Emperor. And that just seems like that kind of framing. It's probably immediately after the pan up to the face, Tai wakes up from a dream, gasping for air, being like, "Oh God, that was awful! What a dream!" And he turns to the O2 Digidestined, who are corpses on the floor, and he goes, "And you were there, and you were there, and you were there."
But I also do kind of want to see the 02 Digidestined as evil. Like, if they're all wearing, like, Digimon Kaiser outfits, and we have Iori, and we have Miyako, and we have Daisuke, and we have Ken, and they're all, like, wearing evil outfits.
I would want them all to be individualized, not just the
Yeah, no,
Kaiser.
yeah, I know. I mean, it's a similar sort of style and outfit. Like, it's got the coat, but they're all, like, you know, looks like what they would wear. Like, you know, Iori's probably wearing, like, a Jedi-looking one.
Yeah, Yoli's in a plane.
Yeah, she's wearing, like, she's got the cap on. Daisuke is on fire.
Just how I've always wanted him.
And Ken's is just the same as it was in Season 2, I guess. But yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever happens with them.
So after that, it cuts to green, and then it waits for a moment, and then it shows Patamon waving goodbye.
And it says Sayonara Tekeru, so that means goodbye, Tekeru, obviously.
And Tekeru doesn't seem very happy about this.
Yeah, he seems to be
Now,
calling out for him.
There is, I don't know if it's an issue of translation, but there is a little bit of text just before they start showing that. It says, another story. I get the sense that the second episode of Tri is conclusive to the arc, which would be really weird, because, you know, but then again, it is 5 episodes, essentially. It's quite long.
Though,
It implied to me that it's a conclusion to the arc, and the Patamon leaving is its own thing.
Though, alternatively, I believe when there was lots of information of Tri being put out, that there was one piece that
Get ready for One Piece.
that seems to be sort of... I mean, I'm not sure if this is like just a translation that I read that was wrong, but it seemed to insinuate that there were different universes and Tri would focus on different timelines. So possibly this is a timeline where they have to be separated for some reason, or maybe everyone's evil and that's why we see someone being the Kaiser. Like, or maybe an alternate universe where instead of Ken being with Ryo, Taichi's with Ryo instead. And he gets hit by the dark sport and he's evil now.
So
But he wasn't able to be stopped because he has more experience as a child.
What you're saying is that Tri is just the bonus episodes from Clanad.
No, because I've also read something that sort of says that stuff that happens in Tri explains some stuff that happens after the season, meaning that it is considered canon. I can't say too much because you haven't finished watching it.
That's true.
But, I mean, it could be that each 2 episodes of Tri are in different sort of timelines, maybe?
And I guess since it's Tri and there's 6 episodes, I mean there's 3 arcs, maybe that's a whole thing.
And maybe that's why it's called Tri, because there are 3 different stories in 6 episodes, meaning there are 2 each. That's how maths works, right?
Because they're trying too hard.
Oh my gosh. And I'm really excited to see Ogamon and Leomon, as we saw them in Primary Village, with Lekmon. I don't know, I really like them, and I hope we see other returning characters who we've seen. Are there any characters you want to return?
Gundramon.
I said return, not show up.
Christopher Walken.
I meant this season. Like,
Oh,
are there any, like...
Well, like, take all the fun out of this question, why don't you?
Are there any returning characters you'd like to see return? Like, would we see Leomon, Ogamon, and Lekmon? Anyone you'd want to see return?
I would have said Cthulhu if you didn't show me that he looked like crap.
Maybe any enemies you want to come back? Adamon again?
No, to be purely frank with you, I want a Devimon that isn't crap. I want Devimon to come back and whatever he evolves into...
Maybe Neo Devimon?
Devimon.
He evolves into
and
Gomamon.
he just kind of glares at... No. But, you know, step one higher than that, so you can get a Devimon-looking dude.
Demon.
And just have him, like, look at the kids and be like, you, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
We made too many wrestling references. That
Not
no one will
enough
get.
wrestling references.
I still think we need a wrestling podcast called WWTF.
That would be the worst. It wouldn't go over at all.
I kind of want a Centaurmon I really like. Basically, anyone to come back. Is there any characters you just don't want to come back? You just want them to stay not being there?
Daisuke.
We know he's
I
going to...
want them to say... I want Iori and Yoli and Ken to show up and be like... I guess maybe even they're allowed to be sniffling a little bit and be like, so yeah, we just came from Daisuke's funeral. And then it's never mentioned again.
Man, you really don't like Daisuke, do you?
He's so crap. He's so bad.
So the next episode of Tri, chapter 3, is going to be called Confession. What do you think it's going to be about?
A confession, perhaps.
Like, but what type of confession? Like, there are different types of confession.
I think it might be a mistranslation. Or was Revelation the first one?
It was Reunion.
Okay, because I feel like this was meant to say the word Revelation, but then I may be reading into it too much. I feel like the reason Patamon would leave would be that the Digimon have to go. Like, they have to go away to the digital world forever, or you're locking it away in some way. Something's going on. I don't know. Confession's a really interesting term. I'm not sure how to fit it into a Digimon context.
Like, a lot of people are hoping that it'll be a shipping-based one. Like, I don't think it's confession in that way, though. I think it's, like, confession as in, like, an expression.
Be my senpai, Gomamon.
I'm also really hoping there's more cute Gomamon. And I'm so glad that we get to see Rosemon. Like, since I was a kid, because, strangely enough, Mimi was my favourite character. Which is strange, because, like...
For no reason.
Yeah, because, like, I am pretty boyish.
Also, you only watch the English.
Yeah, until I was quite old. I don't know why Mimi was my favourite, and Miyako then overtook her as the favourite, for obvious reasons.
Because she has pink hair.
She's purple hair.
It's the same colour.
So yeah, I've always wanted to see Palmon evolve. I had like this little book that Mum printed out for me and like put through the spiral machine because she was a teacher, and basically had all this Digimon stuff that she just found on the internet. It was really sweet. And one page had all the evolutions, and some of them were like must have been just evolutions that someone had put up and hoping that was like that the ultimate level form for it, because Patamon's was Godramon, who is an evolution that Patamon can evolve into, but is not considered the evolution that it is canon that he will evolve into. We know now that it's Seraphimon that he evolves into, or as Jay likes to call him, Selfimon.
Well, that's what it would be. In the same way, did you know, so there's Boruto, there's that movie that came out, and you're like, oh no, it's a stupid name, but it means Bolt, because, you know, that's how they say it in Japanese.
Yeah.
Does that mean that Naruto's name is Nolt?
That's cute.
Because that would be what that is.
Yeah.
Hey, Nolt.
I think there are, like, I can't remember if the little booklet that Mum printed out had Policiomon or Vikemon as the ultimate. I think it might have been...
Policemon?
Policiomon. It's like a Plesiosaur. It's really cool.
I thought it was like, put your hands in the air, and you do it, then it shoots you.
I can't even remember what else was in that book, but it was really nice of her to do that. I think it was because we went on a holiday and she, like, filled with, like, Digimon activities, like Digimon word searches and colouring in things. It was really sweet.
Sir, don't drop those pizzas. Don't you drop them. Don't drop those pies. Don't drop those pizzas.
So, yeah, I'm really hoping that we can do a try episode, because I'm worried that it may spoil things for Jay. I'll probably have to either ask people around again to see how much of a spoiler it's going to be, or watch it myself prior.
Yeah, you'll have to try it out.
Oh my god. But yeah, I've pre-ordered the Blu-ray. I'm going to have to get an all regions Blu-ray player, because my PS4 does not play all regions, which is sad.
Yeah, region locking sucks. But it's the publisher, it's not the device.
Unless I can, like, I don't know. I'll probably have to buy a region-free one. But yeah, I'm really excited for merchandise. As for Cyber Sleuth being out, like, in a matter of, I think, weeks at this point, like, I'm really excited about that. So we're getting, like, lots of Digimon stuff being released.
Yeah, they've called down the lightning. It's hit the stitched-together corpse, and they're just yelling, "It's alive! It's alive!"
So is there any more speculations, or maybe anything you hope will happen?
No, I got nothing.
So you got no ships that you want like, Episode 1 had its, like, fair share of basically every ship that you can really think of, except, you know, the incest ones.
There's a single ship called the SS Daisuke, and I hope it crashes.
Aww, that's not nice.
Yeah.
So do you support any ships?
I think some make more or less sense. I think that Tai and Sora make a lot of sense. I think that...
What about Tai and Yamato and Sora?
No. I think that he's too in his head.
You ship Yamato with Solitude. I
do, I really do. I guess Koshiro and Mimi make sense.
I like Komi. So you prefer Komi to Jomi?
I definitely think that's a thing that could exist. But see, that's a lot more contentious than, like, Matt and Tai. I think that Matt's garbage and should stay in the garbage in the distance.
Aww. See,
I also ship TK and Kari making out really hard in front of Davis.
Oh, you just want to make... Is that because you like Takari? Or
no, I like making Davis sad.
Okay, you want to make Davis cry. See, I always liked
Same thing with
Yeah.
Tai and Sora. If they want to make out in front of Matt, make him sad. I'm cool with that too.
See, I could never decide who I wanted to be with Sora, but I think I wanted Matt with Sora because like I thought Matt was cool looking, and I thought that was the kind of guy that Sora would like. Because Taichi's a bit of a dweeb.
So is she. She has a helmet beanie.
Oh yeah, that's right. And I also I do like Koimi, but I think that Koshiro may have like maybe a sort of crush on Mimi, like from what we've seen of her.
Only a little bit. Where he's got an outfit algorithm, if you will, to work out fashion. In which what was the weird stuff he wears?
Like there was a wizard, the Harry Potter outfit, and there was a Captain Jack Sparrow outfit,
Yeah,
and a
that's
crab
right.
outfit.
Yeah, and the crab.
That was a pretty good thing. But like I think there may be some Jomi in the next part. Maybe. I don't know. But if they're going by 2 different characters on each poster per movie, and there are 6 movies... Wait. There are 6 movies, yeah? Yeah.
There will be.
But, so there'll be like, you know, two of each as we get to the ultimate levels of all the Digimon. So we've got... Maybe next time it'll be... maybe it'll be TK and Kari for Chapter 3 as the poster children.
I guess we'll find out.
And then I guess the next one would be we get Izzy's ultimate and Sora's ultimate. And Hohomon's amazing. It's a phoenix.
It's just bring out Ho-Oh, the actual Pokemon.
But Hohomon's better.
No, it's not.
I think can't remember if Hohomon came first or not.
Oh yes, Lugiomon.
'Cause-
That's totally original.
Because that didn't happen. Ho-Oh didn't show up until the first episode of the Pokemon anime, but I think...
Clearly,
Did the
Ho-Oh
Digimon
is like
toys
a
come from- I can't
reference
remember.
in Japanese to something else.
I believe that it's the reference to those temples where one in like, I think it's in Kyoto. I could be wrong. One's like the Silver Temple and one's the Golden Temple, and they're like birds on each. I think it's based on that.
Okay.
Because it's definitely referenced in the Gen 2 Pokemon games. Alright, so just a bit of an editing update. One, I'm referring to Kinkakuji, which is Temple of the Golden Pavilion, and Ginkakuji, which is Temple of the Silver Pavilion. And it's Ho-Oh is the Pokemon is based on Ho-Oh, which is an alternate transcription of Ho, which is the Chinese phoenix, I believe. And yeah, and that's where Ho-Mon comes from, which is also a phoenix. So, like, anything else you hope or you think is going to happen, or you hope doesn't happen, or...
I hope that we get better, like, reunions between the kids and the Digimon by and large. Joe's was fine, though short. But everyone else kind of, like, there you are.
No, we saw Mimi's. Mimi's was good, because Palmon was, like, saying, Mimi, where's Mimi? And then, like, she got really happy.
That wasn't... Yeah, it was okay. I still think, like, the interaction could have been better.
Then Mimi had, like, a reunion with everyone, and she was just saying, here are candy for you, and candy for you.
I don't know,
that's
everyone
really
was
cute.
crap.
I think it was alright.
There you are, let's go. That's boring.
But no, it's cute, because he's calling out for him, and he's hoping for them to be there, because he needs them most.
Was he?
Yeah, he
I
was,
don't remember
because
that.
he was like being chased by the Kuwagamon, and he was just on his bike.
I don't remember calling out,
He
though.
was just saying, Agumon, Agumon, I need you. I can't do without you.
Oh, I have no memory of that whatsoever.
Yeah, it
That's
was
really lame.
And then he showed up and he said, "Oh, Taichi, you've gotten big," and then he fought, and it was really cute.
I know, that's really lame. That means you could have done that any time.
Yeah, I mean, like I like more in-depth reunions too. I want more Mimi being amazing. I want more Maki. I want to know more about her. I want to know more about this organization. Like, what are they? What do they want? Do they have Digimon? And I don't trust Mako. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't trust her. Like, why have we never heard of her before? Why does she just show up now?
Hey, who's Michael?
Go away. Not everyone's Michael and Willis.
Well, like, they're the same thing. They showed up out of nowhere, and no one really talked about them before. Michael, especially, he's garbage. Does he ever come back?
I'm not gonna tell you that. Why would I tell you that?
That's a good point.
Like, running up to episode 14 of 02.
14 out of 2. We've done it 7 times. Good job.
But But yes, I think that's all that either of us have to say. We're going to go record Obnoxious Synopsis now, and that'll be cool.
And that's the end of that chapter.
So thank you to our patrons, Stephen Padamon, who you can follow at Stephen Padamon on Tumblr. We have Wu Qinglong, who you can follow on his Twitch channel, which I will be linking in the show notes, which is twitch.tv/Wu Qinglong. We have Metal Marmimon, Joe, Thunder, Penguin Mage, and Anime Guy. You can become a dollar. You can become a dollar. You can become a patron for as little as $1 per month, and we'll love you forever. We also have some pretty cool rewards that you can also check out. And we're almost near our next milestone, where we will start up a YouTube channel with, like, comparisons between different region Digimon toys. We'll also have, like, bits of the cards, and maybe, like, Jay and I will play cards and record it. But the first thing we'll release is Jay, myself, and a few of our friends playing the Digimon board game, and we'll record that and upload that. So yeah, check it out. And we'll see you guys when we do our next episode, where we cover episode 15 and 16. See you guys next week.
See you, everybody.
In a few days, I guess.